A commercial flight touches down perfectly on schedule. Every passenger stands to grab their bags and head home, except one man in seat 23F, who will not move, will not speak, and will not leave. What the flight crew discovers when they finally approach him will leave everyone on that aircraft questioning everything they thought they knew about the stranger sitting among them. Before we dive in, what time are you listening? Where are you from? Drop a comment below and tell me. And please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Flight 447 arrives at gate C7 exactly on time. The seatbelt sign blinks off. Passengers rise from their seats with the usual sounds of overhead bins opening, bags being pulled down, people stretching after 5 hours in cramped positions. The flight attendants stand near their stations, smiling, thanking everyone for flying with them. Row by row, the aisle fills with people shuffling toward the exit. But in seat 23F, near the middle of the plane, a man sits perfectly still. His seatbelt remains fastened, his hands rest on the armrests. He stares straight ahead at the seat in front of him. His name is Marcus Webb, a 34-year-old architect returning home from a business conference. He wears a simple grey suit, slightly wrinkled from the flight. His carry-on bag sits untouched in the overhead bin. Around him, the rows empty quickly. The woman who sat beside him in 23E gathered her things and left without noticing his stillness. The businessman in 23D did the same. Within minutes, the entire section clears out except for Marcus, who has not moved a single inch. Sarah Chen, a senior flight attendant with 12 years of experience, walks down the aisle doing her final check. She spots Marcus immediately. At first, she assumes he is asleep, but his eyes are open. She approaches with her professional smile. "Excuse me, sir, we have landed. You can gather your belongings now." Marcus does not respond. He does not blink. He does not turn his head. Sarah feels a small flutter of concern. She moves closer. "Sir, are you feeling all right? Do you need medical assistance?" Still nothing. His chest rises and falls with steady breathing. He is clearly conscious, clearly aware, but completely unresponsive. Sarah presses the call button to alert the cockpit. Within 2 minutes, Jake Morrison, the co-pilot, comes down the aisle. He is a tall man with a calm demeanor, trained to handle unusual situations. He kneels beside Marcus's seat. "Hey buddy, I am Jake. Can you hear me? Can you tell me what is going on?" Marcus remains frozen. His expression shows no emotion, no fear, no confusion, just blankness. Jake exchanges a worried glance with Sarah. They have seen passengers refuse to leave before, usually due to fear of flying or medical episodes, but this feels different. This feels deliberate. The captain makes an announcement asking remaining ground crew to stand by. The gate agent, a young woman named Rita, boards the plane to assess the situation. She sees Marcus and immediately calls for airport security. 2 officers arrive within minutes. They approach carefully, trained to de-escalate without confrontation. "Sir, this is airport security. The plane needs to be cleared for the next flight. We need you to exit the aircraft now." Marcus finally moves. His head turns slowly toward the officers. His eyes meet theirs, but he says nothing. He simply reaches down and clicks his seatbelt tighter. The officers look at each other. One of them, Officer Davis, has worked airport security for 15 years. He has removed drunk passengers, belligerent travelers, people having panic attacks, but he has never seen anyone deliberately refuse to leave without any explanation, without any demands, without any visible distress. "We are going to need to contact medical services," Davis says quietly to his partner. "Something is not right here." A medical team arrives with a stretcher and equipment. A paramedic named Lisa approaches Marcus with gentle questions. "Sir, my name is Lisa. I am here to help. Are you in pain? Are you having trouble breathing? Can you squeeze my hand if you understand me?" Marcus looks at her. For a moment, she thinks he might respond, but instead, he closes his eyes and leans his head back against the seat. His hands remain on the armrests. His breathing stays steady. Lisa checks his pulse, his temperature, his pupils. Everything appears normal. He is not having a stroke. He is not suffering from low blood sugar or oxygen deprivation. Physically, Marcus Webb is completely fine. But mentally, something has him locked in that seat. The airline's operations manager, David Park, arrives at the gate. He boards the plane and surveys the situation. By now, 45 minutes have passed since landing. The next flight is delayed. Passengers waiting at the gate are growing restless. David needs to resolve this quickly, but he also knows that forcing someone off an aircraft can create legal problems and terrible publicity. He makes a decision. Get a psychologist here. NOW Dr. Emma Reeves, a crisis psychologist contracted by the airport, arrives within 20 minutes. She has handled hostage situations, suicide threats, and passengers with severe mental health episodes. She boards the plane and asks everyone except Sarah to step back. She sits in the seat across the aisle from Marcus. She does not ask him to leave. She does not make demands. She simply sits. "Hello, Marcus," she says, reading his name from the passenger manifest. "My name is Emma. I am not here to remove you. I am just here to listen. If you want to talk, I am ready to hear whatever you need to say." Minutes pass in silence. Then Marcus speaks. His voice is quiet but clear. "I cannot leave." Emma keeps her expression neutral. "Can you tell me why?" "Because if I leave this plane, I have to go back to my life, and I do not know how to do that anymore." Emma nods slowly. "What happened in your life, Marcus?" He closes his eyes. His jaw tightens. 3 days ago, I buried my wife. Cancer, 6 months from diagnosis to the end. This conference was scheduled a year ago. I thought about cancelling, but everyone told me I needed to keep moving forward, keep working, stay busy. So I went. I sat through presentations. I smiled at colleagues. I pretended everything was fine. And now the plane has landed, and I have to go home to an empty house. I have to walk through a door she will never walk through again. I have to sleep in a bed that is too big now. I have to figure out how to exist in a world where she does not. Emma's eyes soften, but she maintains her composure. "Marcus, I am so deeply sorry for your loss. What you are feeling is grief, and grief is not something you can run from. But staying on this plane will not stop it." Marcus opens his eyes. Tears stream down his face. I know that. But for these 5 hours in the air, I did not have to face it. I could just sit here, suspended between where I was and where I have to go. And now that suspension is over, and I do not have the strength to take the next step. Emma reaches across the aisle, but does not touch him. "Marcus, you do not have to be strong right now. You do not have to have all the answers. You just have to take one step, then another. And you do not have to do it alone. Is there someone I can call for you? Someone who can meet you and help you through today?" Marcus wipes his eyes with the back of his hand. "My brother, he lives 20 minutes from here." Emma stands and speaks quietly to David, who makes the call. Within 30 minutes, a man rushes onto the plane. He is older than Marcus, with the same dark eyes and strong jaw. He sees his brother still sitting in that seat and his face crumples. Marcus looks up and sees him. The dam finally breaks. He unbuckles his seatbelt and stands on shaking legs. His brother crosses the aisle and wraps him in a tight embrace. They stand there in the empty plane, holding each other as Marcus sobs into his brother's shoulder. Sarah Chen watches from the front of the cabin, her own eyes wet. She has seen a lot in her years of flying, but this moment will stay with her. Officer Davis, who was prepared to physically remove Marcus if necessary, steps back quietly. He will file his report later, noting the resolution without incident. Dr. Reeves gathers her things, satisfied that Marcus is now in caring hands. She knows he has a long road ahead, but at least he has taken the first step. Marcus and his brother walk slowly down the aisle together. At the doorway, Marcus pauses and turns back. He looks at Emma. "Thank you," he says simply. She nods. "Take care of yourself, Marcus. One day at a time." The two brothers exit the plane and disappear into the terminal. The cleaning crew boards immediately to prepare for the next flight. The ground staff resets the gate systems. Within an hour, Flight 447's aircraft is back in the air with new passengers who will never know about the man who could not leave. About the moment of human fragility that unfolded in Seat 23F. But the story does not end there. Sarah goes home that night and holds her own family a little tighter. Officer Davis calls his sister, whom he has not spoken to in months, and tells her he loves her. Dr. Reeves updates her notes and adds Marcus Webb to the list of people she will think about, hoping he finds his way through the darkness. And Marcus, he sits in his brother's car as they drive to the house he is terrified to enter. But he is not alone anymore. His brother has taken a week off work. Friends are organizing meals. A grief counselor's number is already in his phone. The emptiness is still there, waiting. The pain has not diminished. But Marcus realizes something as they pull into the driveway. Staying on that plane would not have protected him. Running from grief only makes it chase you harder. The only way through it is to face it. To let people help carry you when you cannot walk on your own. To accept that some days you will barely survive and other days you will remember how to breathe again. He unbuckles his seatbelt in the car, just as he finally did on the plane. He opens the door, he steps out, and he walks toward the house, his brother beside him, ready to take it one moment at a time. Sometimes the hardest part of a journey is not the destination. It is accepting that you have arrived and now must face whatever waits for you there. For Marcus Webb, that moment came at 30,000 feet. During descent, when he realized he could not run from his pain anymore, and when he finally found the courage to stand up and leave that plane, he learned something crucial. We are not meant to carry our grief alone. We are meant to let others help us bear it until we are strong enough to walk forward again. His wife would have wanted that for him, and one day, when the weight is not quite so crushing, he will find a way to honor her memory, not by hiding from the world, but by living fully in it once more. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more videos like this.